Hello, students. So, today the chapter that we are going to start is of English literature. This is the chapter number 7, Who Did Patrick's Homework? So, as you can see that Patrick is the name of a child and the story is about the homework of Patrick. Okay. So, the author of this chapter is of the story is Carol Moore. So, first let us learn something about the author. So, she is the author Carol Moore, and Carol Moore is the site creator. Okay, she has created a site and author illustrator of 13 of the stories. She has written 13 stories. Born in Michigan in US, she moved to Southern California at an early age. Okay, she shifted over there. Although learning to read was a struggle, and why she created ebooks wherein each separate book has audio. Okay, so learning to read, to read the books or read the content was very difficult for many of the people. So she has created ebooks through which the people can, in spite of reading something, they can listen to the stories or the content. Okay, as a child, her favorite books were about dogs and science fiction. She was very interesting in the books of about dogs and the science fiction. Her stories are quite interesting and liked by readers of all ages. Either it is a child or an elder person, everybody likes his her books very much. Okay, her stories were very interesting. So this is the first page. Let us start with the chapter Who Did Patrick's Homework. So the story is about Patrick who hated homework and loved to play. So this boy, he never likes to do his homework and he just hated that and he loved to play all the time. And in this chapter, one elf is also there. Elf, you must be aware of. You must have heard in the stories, fictional stories or the imaginary stories, that the elves are the small heighted persons, and especially who are just imaginary, they are not in real, and they are having the magical powers as well, right? So who helps Patrick do his homework and leaves behind an unfolded secret for all. Unfolded means unknown secret which nobody is aware of. So we will also come to know about the secret. So let us start. Patrick never did his homework. Too boring, he said. So Patrick was a boy who never did his homework, and according to him, it was too boring. He played hockey and basketball and Nintendo instead. Okay, in spite of doing the homework, he spent his time in playing such kind of games. His teachers told him, according to his teachers, they said, Patrick, do your homework or you won't learn a thing. So his teachers continuously motivating him that if he will not do the homework, he will not be able to learn a thing, so he must study hard. And it's true, even sometimes he did feel like an ignoramus, but what could he do? He hated homework. Okay, so many times he feel like an ignoramus. Ignoramus means a person who does not have much knowledge about the things. But what could he do? He hated homework. Okay, so then one day what happened, he found his cat playing with a little doll and he grabbed it away. Okay, one day he saw that his cat was playing with a little doll kind of thing, and he just grabbed that doll from the cat. So what is grabbed is to grasp or to seize suddenly and roughly, means not carefully. He just snatched it from the cat. To his surprise, it wasn't a doll at all, but a man of the tiniest size. So what happened? And the small creature was not at all a doll. He was a small man of the smallest size, of the tiniest size. He had a little wool shirt with old fashioned breeches and a high tall hat, much like a witch's. So he had a, means the man, the small, tiniest man was wearing a little wool shirt and old fashioned breeches. Breeches were the trousers which are in the past time, and the old usage trousers, and they were very loose, and a hat also, a very tall hat like a witch, as the witches used to wear, right? So who are having the magical powers. So here you can see the rhyming scheme is also there, bacha. He yelled. Yelled means shout in a loud, sharp way. He just yelled, he shouted loudly, Save me! Don't give me back to that cat, I will grant you a wish. I promise you that. So he just said that, as you can see, there is also a rhyming scheme cat that. So he said that, please don't give me to that cat and I will give you or grant you a. Okay. So name some characters from stories, fairy tales who grant wishes in a magical way. This question, just get yourself ready. I will ask you in the session. So, what is grant? Which a grant means to agree to give or allow something to someone. So Patrick couldn't believe how lucky he was. So as you can see that he hated doing homework, and there he got a man who was saying that he will, grant him a boon or a wish he will complete of his. So he was feeling himself very lucky. Here was the answer of all his problems. So he said, he was thinking, only if you do all my homework till the end of the semester, that is 35 days. If you do a good enough job, I could even get A's. Okay, days, A's, here is also a rhyming scheme. So he was saying that only if you will do my homework till the end of this semester. Semester is one of the two periods that the school or college years is divided into. Okay, the exam time, the semester system. Okay, that is 35, the assessment system, you can say. That is 35 days, means 35 days, after 35 days, his semesters were going to end. Until his semester, end of the semester, he has to submit his homework. So he said that you have to help me out in completing my homework. If you do a good enough job, I could even get A's, means the A grade. Okay, assessment. So here you can see in the picture that Patrick is also there, the elf is also there, and the cat is also there. And Patrick is just shouting upon him, and he's saying that you have to do my homework and all. Right? So that what happened? The little man's face wrinkled like a dish cloth thrown in the hamper. So what is wrinkled? Wrinkled means the old people are having wrinkles. You must have seen in your grandmothers, grandfathers, or late, great grandparents' faces or hands or body. To make the skin on your face form into lines or folds. When there are so many folds or lines on the face or the skin, so his face also become wrinkled like a dish cloth thrown in the hamper. After washing the dishes, the cloth that we used to, clean or wipe up the dishes, it was like that. The face was looking like that, thrown in the hamper. What is hamper? Hamper is a large basket, usually with a cover to keep the things. Right? He kicked his legs and doubled his fists, and he grimaced and scowled and pursed his lips. So what he did, he kicked his legs, okay, with anger, and doubled his fists. Fists means hands when you tightly close them with a finger bent inside the palm. So that is called a fist. And he grimaced and scowled and pursed his lips. Grimaced means he's made an ugly expression to show pain, and pursed means to tighten one's lips. So he was very, upset and angry also at that time. He just made an ugly expression, and he was showing a lot of anger, and his lips were also tightened. Oh, am I cursed? But I will do it. So what did he say to himself? He said that, am I cursed? Means have something wrong been done with me. So cursed, you can see that used to express annoyance or irritation when you are irritated due to something, that is called cursed. So, but I will do it. So, at last he said that I will do it at any cost. And true to his word, that little F began to do Patrick's homework. Okay, so obvious as he has promised him, so he has started doing his homework. Except there was one glitch. So, what is a glitch? Which a glitch is a small problem, small obstacle. Okay, so one small problem was there. The elf didn't always know what to do, and he needed help. So obvious, which the elf was not related to the human family. See, so he doesn't know what to do and how to do. So he all the time needs help. Help me, he would say. So he all the time say, help me, and Patrick would have to help in whatever way. So obvious Patrick has not disclosed about the elf to anyone else. So he has to help him out. As you can see over here that the elf is shouting upon Patrick to help him out. I don't know this word, the elf squeaked while reading Patrick's homework. Get me a dictionary. No, what's even better? Look up the word and sound it out by each letter. So what did he say? I don't know this word. Okay, the elf squeaked. Squeaked is to spoke a very in a very high voice. He was speaking in a very high voice, in a very loud voice, that I don't know this word. Give me a dictionary. Or no, you can do one better thing, that you can sound it out each letter by each letter. Means you can speak up all the words for me. When it came to maths, Patrick was out of luck. Okay, when the maths turn came, so Patrick was feeling very unlucky at that time. Why? Because what are times tables? He was also not very much aware of the things. The elves shrieked. What is shrieked? Shrieked is said something in a loud, high voice. Okay, so he was shouting very much in a very loud, high voice. We elves never need that. And addition and subtraction and division and fractions. So he was saying that addition, subtraction, division, fraction, what they are. Here, sit down beside me. You simply must guide me. So he was just scolding him. He was shouting upon him that you must have to sit beside me and you have to simply guide me. Okay. Elves know nothing of human history. To them, it's a mystery. So, what is a mystery? Mystery is something that is difficult or impossible to understand or explain. Okay, so he was saying that it is completely a mystery for us, as we do not know how to do such kind of things, as we do not belong to the human family and we do not know the human history. So the little elf, already a shouter, shouter means one who shouts a lot, louder, louder. Okay, he was shouting with a high pitch. Go to the library. I need books, more and more books, and you can help me read them too. So he was saying that I need loads of books. Just go to the library and bring the books and read those books for me. As a matter of fact, every day is in every way that little elf was a nag. So, what is a nag? Nag is a troublesome person or creature. When somebody is creating a lot of trouble for you, that is called a nag. Okay, so obvious the little elf was also a nag for Patrick. Why? Because Patrick was always hiding himself from studies, and now he has to work very hard because of him, right? Patrick was working harder than ever and was in a drag. What is a drag? Drag is something that is annoying and boring. Okay, so obvious he was feeling very boring in doing all kind of things. He was staying up at night. Staying up at night means he was sleeping very late at night. Okay, had never felt so weary. Weary means very tired. Okay, he has never ever felt so weary as he was feeling right now. Was going to school with his eyes puffed and bleary. So puffed means swollen eyes, when your eyes are swelled up due to something, and bleary. Bleary means not able to see clearly, when something is blur. Okay. So his eyes was obvious. His sleep was not completing, so he was feeling very tired, and his eyes were also puffed and bleary. Finally, the last day of school arrived, and the elf was free to go. Okay, so Laos 35th days has arrived, and the elf was free to go now, as he has promised him to complete his work in 35 days. As for homework, there was no more. Okay, all the homework has been done. So he quietly and slyly slipped out of the back door. So, what is slyly? Slyly is something done secretly in order to trick people. Okay, when you are doing something very secretly. So Patrick got his A's. His classmates were amazed. So Patrick got A grade in all the subjects. His classmates were also amazed at how he can do this. His teachers smiled and were full of praise. His teachers were also smiling because they were very happy, and they were full of praise, means they were praising him a lot. And his parents, question mark, means what about his parents? They wondered what had happened to Patrick. Okay, they was just wondering. They were just thinking about what had happened to our son. Okay, amazed means greatly surprised, Vacha, and later on we will learn about it. And he was now a model kid. Okay, model kid means, model means an example to follow. When somebody is like that, to whom after seeing the person we feel like that we must follow that person, he was like that for the other kids now. He cleaned his room, did his course. Course means the task that one do regularly. Okay, so he cleaned his room, did his course. He was cheerful, never rude. Rude means when you are showing the bad manners or behavior. So he was not at all rude after that. Like he had developed a whole new attitude. So he was having a different attitude at that time. Attitude means a settled way of thinking and feeling about something, right? So his attitude was also completely changed. Can you guess the truth behind Patrick's success? Just think about it. We will discuss it. You see, in the end, what happened? Patrick still thought he had made that tiny man do all his homework. So at last, also, Bachar, Patrick was thinking that he had made the tiny man do all his homework. But I will share a secret just between you and me. It wasn't the elf. Patrick had done it himself. As you can also have observed, that you must have observed, Vijay, that the Patrick has done all the works by himself. Elf was just guiding him, just pushing him to do that work, right? So Patrick was thinking that the elf has done everything, but the reality is that Patrick has done all the works by himself. Okay. Now, what is the message of the story? The story tells us that teaching a person to grow independently is the best service one can offer. But it is very good to help others. But it is best if you will teach that person how to do that. Why? Because the teaching that person to do that thing will make that person independent. And that person can do that particular work in his future by himself or herself, right? So you must teach the persons how to grow independently, how to do the works independently. Okay, and that is the best service that one can offer to others. Okay, so that's why your teachers, your parents always tell you, no, do your work by yourself, do not take help of others. Just take the guidance, but do not take the help. Just do not allow others to do your work. Believe in yourself. You can do everything in this world. Okay, but that needs time. It is not like that right now you are too young right now, but gradually you will be able to do a lot of things. But whatever we are teaching you, you are able to do that. You are able to understand that. Work hard and be independent. That is very important. Okay, so this was the message. Hopefully you understood and liked the chapter, like the story very much. So thank you so much, children. Just go through the video carefully. If you will be having any doubt, you can ask me in the session. So take care of yourself.